Welcome back to Periodized Strength. My name is Stanley Chock, and today we're going to be talking about how to do a TRX row. We're going to go over 3 different variations. We're going to go over body position, and we're going to go over some of the bad habits or the bad problems that we have when doing a TRX row. Let's get right to it. Okay, so we have our TRX straps right here. First off, we're going to start off with how we're going to adjust these to our height. So there's no right or wrong answer, but with these, what I like to do is I like to try and bring the handles as they hang low. I would like to try and bring the handles probably up to my waist or my hips. So if you have these straps or a strap like this, you want to probably bring them up a tiny bit to probably around your waist is probably a good place to start, and then adjust as needed. Now that we have it adjusted for our height, what we can do is we can get set up. So let's grab the straps. The best way to do this and the best way to set up is you want to walk all the way back out until your arms can be straight here and you're not too deep of an angle. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to slowly walk your feet in just a tiny bit. And there's a few ways you can do this. There's a few ways you can set up. You can have a slight bend in your knee, and that's fine here as you row. You can also be on your heels and try and keep your hips straight. This is also a good option. Both of those work. Doesn't necessarily matter which one you do. It just matters on which one you stick with. So remember, you're going to step back. Your arm's going to be locked out. So you're going to bring them locked out into position. And then you're going to step forward to increase difficulty. So the lower you go down, the harder it is because of the angle, right? Let's start again. We're going here. We're going to step out until the straps are taut, and then you're going to lean back, and now you can step on in. The way I'm going to do them is I'm going to have a slight bend in my knee and my feet flat on the ground. So I'm going to row here. The first way to row is we're going to row with a neutral position. So for the neutral position, we want to have our fists like so. We're going to hold the straps here, fists like so, and we're going to row probably to our stomach, close to our sternum here. We're going to row here. The next position is we're going to go supinated. Supinated, you're going to work a little bit more of the bicep, and we're going to do the same thing. Think about elbowing somebody behind you. And the last one is we're going to go pronated. Pronated here, palms down, and you're going to feel this a little bit more in your upper back. So let's give it a shot. First, the neutral position. Neutral position here. We're going to row, come back down, come back up, come back down. What you want to make sure you do is you want to keep your hips up and your spine neutral. So you don't want to be here. We don't want to be overly excessively bringing our hips up, or we don't want to have our hips sagging down here. We'll be here. We're going to row, back down. Row, back down. That is the easiest variation. So if you're going to start rowing or you're going to start this TRX straps, try that first, the neutral position. Next, we're going to try the supinated position. So same thing, we're going to step out, we're going to turn our palms up, and lean back, step forward to increase difficulty, and then we're going to row. Remember, we want to keep our spine neutral, our hips somewhat up and extended, but not too much, or our hips not too far down here. Remember, think about elbowing somebody behind you. And this is the supinated TRX row. Last but not least is my favorite, the pronated row. Remember, for the pronated row, we're going to put our palms down, extend, and you can step forward to increase difficulty. Same thing here. Now, just the way your arm is placed or positioned, you'll hit your upper back more. And you're thinking about elbowing somebody behind you, but it's more of like an upper elbow here, or a higher elbow, this kind of range of motion. As you bring your hands down, you naturally change the position of your hand as you get closer to your side. So it becomes more of a neutral position. So remember, when you're pronated, you're going to think about higher, and you'll feel it more in the upper back and the rear delts. Okay, so problems I see with this movement. First problem is like what we talked about. The hips are too high or the hips are too low. That's problem number one. It just doesn't give you the best position for this exercise. So try and keep your hips straight and in line with your spine. Next, the second problem is not having tension throughout the whole movement of the row. So when we're here, when we go down, people like to come up fast and then they lose tension. You see this? Lose tension, lose tension. What we want is we want to maintain tension the entire time. Maintain tension here. Nice control on the way down. Remember, we don't want to be losing tension. Not a jerking motion, really controlled. And honestly, that's all there is to the TRX row. So if you guys have any questions or if you want to see other variations or even workouts, make sure to follow and subscribe here on this channel on Periodized Strength. If you guys have any questions, comments down below. If you want to see any other exercises, make sure to put those there too. All right, love you guys. See you soon. Peace.